Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! What's going on, man? We got Tank Top Boy back. What's going on? What's going on? Ever since we started wearing the tank tops again, the market hasn't been so good. Maybe it doesn't like the tank tops. I don't know. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. What's going on, Mike? Are you talking about fantasy football? What's going on, Timbo? What's going on, Steve? B-Water? I know you guys saw the Vitalik meme. The big peepee Vitalik meme. Do you think he even knew that he had a big peepee going on in there? I don't know. Maybe he didn't. I don't know. He's a very interesting character, guys. As we know, that is the guy that I have the most amount of my crypto holdings in. Is that guy who had a boner in public when yeah. That's the guy who I have my net worth in here, guys. But anyways, what's going on, man? What's going on? Vitalik Big Dick Inu. I guess I should have. As soon as I saw that picture, I must have invested in it. Anyways, what's going on, man? What's going on, Neil? This crypto league FUD. You guys really want the crypto league? All right. Here's the deal. We'll do the crypto fantasy league. I will set it up when I'm at the airport tomorrow because I need something to do. So when I'm at the airport tomorrow, I will set it up. Okay. I will. I promise. I promise you I will. Okay. I promise. Maybe I'll even do it today if I have some time, but I got to pack and shit today. Anyways, you guys see the title of the stream. What is Bitcoin going to do next? Well, let's jump on into the stream here, guys. Bitcoin. Well, yesterday we talked about the move to 20,600. What did all you guys say? Oh, M formation. M formation. M. And yeah, Bitcoin went up right to 20,600. Bada bing, bada boom. Now, what do we got? Well, guys, my viewpoint still hasn't changed, but you can see that the short-term time frames may be looking a little bit different here. But pay attention. All right. So you guys know I love the wedge formations. They just keep popping up on the chart. I can't just ignore the wedge formation if it's there. All right. Hourly time frame. Well, yesterday you got that actually fifth hit, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits on the top side here. All right. And on the bottom side, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches, okay? So there it is. 4 touches on the wedge formation. It looks like you are trying to break it right now. Very important. You got 13 minutes here. Watch for the hourly close, guys. Watch for the hourly close, okay? Don't get too ahead of yourself. If the hourly close is below here, we're looking for a short-term pullback for BTC, and we'll talk about the levels that we have next, but that's why the title of the stream is Bitcoin Crypto Pullback before the next leg up, because my daily chart still stands, right? I still think that we're going up in sort of the medium term time frame here, but the short term could be a little bit iffy. So keep an eye on that, guys. What's going on, Neil? What's going on? B Water said, have fun in Poland. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have so much fun, man. I'm excited for it. I've only been to Europe once, and that was to Spain, Madrid. Madrid was I wasn't a big fan of Madrid, man. Well, it wasn't really for me. It was basically just like, there was nothing different about it. It just seemed like a U.S. city. There was really nothing different and exciting about it, to be honest. But anyways, let's jump on in here. So everyone spoke English because everyone was tourist over there. So it was like, dude, am I in the U.S.? Like, what's going on here? So, all right, watch for the hourly close here, guys. We're still above the EMAs, so don't get too crazy until we break some of these. But I'm looking for our wedge formation. If this wants to break down to the downside, I would not be surprised. You see these juicy vector candles back down here, man. Now, do I think it comes all the way back down here? Absolutely not. But would I be surprised to see it at least come and test these levels right here, bearing that this does break to the downside? Because it doesn't have to do it on this candle right here, right? It doesn't have to do it on this candle. The only reason why I think it could is because we have higher highs in the price action, lower highs on our momentum here, right? Lower highs on momentum, higher highs in price action, which is classic bearish divergence. In a wedge formation, you got to respect the wedge, which breaks the downside 68% of the time. It is what it is, man. So we'll watch this very carefully. If this does break down, I'd be looking at actually the level that we kind of holding yesterday, which is 20,090, around that point. Like I said, it's not a huge move, but about a 1% move to the downside. You know, if we close below, don't try to front run this, man. Always wait for the close, because Bitcoin could easily get one more hit to the upside here and then come back down, which is more like you would be looking for, right? Always wait for the second retest. And if the second retest doesn't come, it is what it is. But always wait for the 1 second hit and then the fall, which I actually think is more probable that we actually go up first before coming back down. But let's watch this very, very carefully as we go on the day, man. That's a lot of touching. Have fun in Poland, though. Just don't crash the market. Well, I hope this time's a little bit different, where normally when I go on vacation, I do crash the market. You know what I'm saying? All right. So that's that. That is that. On the short term here, I was looking at this little 15-minute wedgie, which, like we just talked about, guys, could Bitcoin get that retest of the highs before coming back down, right? So it's kind of the opposite. Hourly time frame, rising wedge, 15-minute falling wedge. Okay, so we're making our way downtown here in this wedge formation. These do break to the upside, right? So I'd be surprised if this comes back up, retest the highs before coming back down to the downside, right? To reset some of these indicators here, all right? Which would be a move back up to about 20,600 before coming back down to the downside, okay? So all this stuff is connected, okay? It all makes sense when you connect the dots here. We go to the daily, 4-hour time frame. Nothing's still changed here, all right? You still got this beautiful thing forming here. You know, can we break this to the upside on this first attempt? I don't know, and that's why, you know, on every single bottom, I want to see a W formation, okay? And I don't see that W formation down here just yet, which is why I think that we could come back down here first, okay? Maybe retest some of these levels before coming back up, okay? So, you know, it's one of those things that we got to wait for the breakout before we get too excited. But if that breakout comes, that's going to be a very good thing that happens in the markets. And it's all on altcoins, right? It's on all the altcoin charts too. And the most exciting chart is total market cap, okay? This is my most exciting chart right here. This is the perfect setup. Like, if this doesn't play out, I don't trust the daily chart, man. I will never trust the daily chart again if this doesn't play out. Okay, swing low, swing high, perfect bounce off the 618 fib. All right, momentum coming back up to the upside. Stock RSI cross to the upside. Falling wedge formation. You got everything you want to see on the daily. It's just a matter of, does it want to break these previous highs, this previous low on the first attempt there, right? Or, which I think is the more valid way we go here, is we get that dump back down to the 618 again to come back up, which would basically just be the boop, 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 W formation at the 618. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. I'm more so talking short-term time frames when it comes to this hourly chart that we're looking at the current moment, guys. Let's see. If you check ETH, there's a tent formation. Listen, ETH doesn't need anything. Did you see the size of Vitalik's? There you go. He's gonna have all the ladies invested in ETH now. He doesn't need any of us guys in here. Okay. All he has to do is gain a boner. There he goes, man. He's off to the races. That's gonna be the meme of the day. Like, where did he even take that picture? But no, I'm not surprised that he let that leak. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised, man. I'm definitely not surprised. Random wise words from the Bank of Canada guy? Yeah, we can do that. Why not? Here you go.
Basically, Bitcoin is clearly a scam. Cryptocurrency is clearly an idiot with no common sense.
He's got a whole extra head.
And scientifically speaking, according to a study at the Bank of Canada, more people who are financially illiterate invest in Bitcoin.
Bank of Canada guy. You gotta love the Bank of Canada guy, you know? I mean, listen. He's probably laughing his ass off right now. I gotta go check out his channel. He probably has great content going on over there right now. You know? Like, I told you Bitcoin was a scam. I told you. It's like every asset's going down. Anyways, right here, guys. So I was watching the S&P, right? Last night, S&P futures were going up. It was looking good, right? We said, all right, S&P futures coming back up to the upside. That should bring Bitcoin up with it. And it did last night, right? Bitcoin got a little move to the upside last night. Altcoins, a little bit moved to the upside last night. But what did we do, man? All we did, and that's why I always wait for the break of the 50 exponential moving average, man. All we did is we came back up, got a perfect rejection off the 50, and just got catapulted right back to the downside while forming a bearish pattern. What's the bearish pattern? Well, you guys can probably guess it. The opposite of the pattern that Bitcoin formed just a couple of days ago, which is the broadening rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, all right? A bearish continuation pattern nonetheless. So, you know, listen, man, I mean, this is breaking down to the downside as we speak, you know, and is that going to bring Bitcoin down with it? Most likely, right? If this wants to continue down here now, it's going to bring Bitcoin down with it. Where are we looking for a bounce? Just the previous lows, okay? And we're hoping for the double bottom, which we always hope for in times like this, and then the hopeful move to the upside. Without this bouncing, Bitcoin, it ain't going up to the upside. NASDAQ actually is holding up decently today so far. We'll see if it continues, man. We'll see if it continues. But it's holding up so far. So let's hope. I mean, the NASDAQ on the 1 hour time frame does have the W pattern formed here. It's just a matter of, you know, does it got the juice, as we like to say, right? Does it got the damn juice? And that's really what we're waiting for there. That's really what we're waiting for. Let's go back to BTC. They're saying BTC is coming back down. Yeah, we got 3 minutes into the hourly close, guys. So if it closes right here, you know, let's see. But you are technically breaking trend. Okay? So there we go, man. There we go. Respect the wedgies, man. Listen, I made it a deal with myself to trade every single wedge formation that I see. That's the deal I made it with myself. You know? And if I get stopped out, it is what it is. You got to play the percentages. You got to play the percentages, my man. You're not on vacation? No, tomorrow's vacation, man. So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be my last stream until vacation. But and then you guys got to be buckle up because usually when I go on vacation, we dump. All right, here comes BTC. There we go, man. We're going to put another wedge in the book, in the pocketbook. Looks like it. Let's see. Let's see. What's going on, Crypto Shock? What's going on, buddy? Good to see you, man. How could you let it leak with that formation happening? Let it leak. Let it leak, my friend. Let it leak. I don't think you want to see Vitalik let it leak. That would be like a hose going nuts in there, man. You got to hold it like a fire hose, like they're putting out a fire. You know what I mean? All right. Let's go back over here. Let's go back over here on the charts. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. You know, I'm looking optimistically at this playing out, right? Especially on the daily chart. I'm looking optimistically for this to play out. The big level we have to watch, and this is the turning point for me, okay, is if Bitcoin can get a daily close, not only on the outside of this wedge formation, okay, but you got to also get a daily close above the previous lows. I'm looking for a daily close above 20,800, okay? So one of two things. Bitcoin breaks from this wedge, whether it comes back down first and then breaks out or just breaks out now, okay? That's irrelevant to me. It doesn't matter to me. But if it does do something like this, you're looking for a breakout. You're looking for a break above this low, and this low. Because what you don't want to do is just come back up, confirm this as resistance, just to come back down again. Okay? So we don't want to flip previous support into resistance. We want to get back above this, get back above this. We get back above those. All right. We're looking pretty good. And by that point, you're going to have some of your momentum indicators, right? Stock RSI, crush it to the upside. Momentum waves, crushing it back to the upside. And then you still got it. Now, I know what everyone's saying, but Jordan, we broke out of a bear flag. Like, we broke out of a bear flag. Yes, I know. Okay, I'm not oblivious to this. Okay, but we can't. Let's not talk about that until we get back up to these levels. Okay, if Bitcoin can go do those first two things like we talked about, then it's can Bitcoin get back into this? Okay, or is this going to be a once again previous support turning into resistance and coming right back down to the downside? Right? We'll talk about that when we get there. But let's focus on the first two things that we need to do. All right, if we want to go back to the upside. For now, Bitcoin looks like it just got that hourly close out of the wedge formation. There we go, man. There we go. Dump it. There it is, man. So let's see what happens next. Ethereum was a little bit, and this is why I also think we'll get a pullback here, guys. You can stream Wednesday AM. I mean, I got too much to do, man. I got too much to do to stream on Wednesday AM. All right. So don't be coming at me if I don't. Don't be coming at me if I don't stream on Wednesday AM. Okay. It is what it is. The reason why I also think we get a pullback here, guys, which I mean we've already kind of got it, but if we go to the 4-hour chart on Ethereum, okay, this is the most beautiful wedge I've ever seen, by the way, guys. Like this is the master wedge of all wedge formations, and I'm excited to see what this does. It'll probably decide if it wants to break up or down while I'm on vacation, so take it for what you will. But I mean, last night, look what Ethereum did, right? Just I mean, 14K to 16K very quickly, man, over the course of 2 days, and you came right up to this resistance point that we hit once, twice, 3 times, and now 4 times. Okay. So logically speaking, when you hit resistance, you're most likely to come back down, right, for Ethereum. So take it for what you will. How low does Ethereum come? I like to watch the Bitcoin chart to see how low this is going to come, but I would say ETH has been holding up better than Bitcoin. You know, I know you guys will look at this vector candle all the way back down here and go, holy shit, does that mean ETH has to come all the way back down here? It could. Don't rule that out. And if Bitcoin does, you know, the little whoop-de-woo where it, you know, comes back down and comes back up, you could see ETH coming all the way back down to take this vector candle before coming back up to the upside. You could. Don't rule that out, man. Don't rule that out. If it happens, don't be surprised. Because I'll tell you right now, if ETH comes back down to test these lows again, you're going to have everyone panicking. Everyone's going to be panicking, man. Holy shit! ETH failed breakout. Okay? Just like this time and this time. So, just be prepared for this scenario to come back down, take this vector candle, W formation. Because what do we always wait for, man? We wait for the W pattern. Boom, 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 boom. And then we take it. Okay? Right here, this has kind of just been like a little V-shaped recovery. We haven't had that second dip to the downside. So I'm waiting for, like I said, that second dip to the downside before coming back up to the upside. If this wants to break out the way we want it to. All right? Let's see. That's like 4 p.m. in Poland. Let's see. Jordan comes off as a procrastinator for packing. He'll probably be packing a suitcase in the morning. No, I'll do it today. I'm usually actually very quick on packing, but I actually have not even started packing yet, which is very unlike me. I usually do it very very quickly, but it's very unlike me. So, all right, first level, guys. All right, here's a scenario. If ETH breaks out today, which I don't think it breaks out today, I'm going to be honest. I don't think this breaks to the upside today. But if it does, I mean, we're just looking at the next previous highs. Okay, 17.12. I don't think it breaks out today, but that's the scenario that it does. All right, let's go check out BTC. All right, BTC still coming back down, man. Feed your boy, man. Feed your boy. Don't fade me, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you. If he streams at 2 a.m. Poland time, will then be good? I'm not streaming in Poland. You know why I'm not streaming in Poland? Because, one, I don't want to. Two, I don't like to stream while I'm on vacation, man. It kind of takes away from it. Because then I feel like, all right, I have to be here at this time. Second, I'm going to be at Maya's parents' house. And just picture me being Bob and Jabba and them sitting downstairs and being going like, is he okay? Like, should we worry about him? He's going nuts up there. You know what I mean? So, take it for what you will, my man. Take it for what you will. It is what it is. For a week, Crane. For a week, my man. All right. BTC coming down. Coming down to Goblin Town. Respect the wedge formations, guys. If you don't respect the wedge formations by now, I don't know what to tell you. This one's playing out. This is a short-term one. You know, I think Bitcoin, you know, you still got these vector candles down here. The first level I'm looking at for a bounce is 20,091. If those don't hold, well, you still got these two vectors down here, man. You know, which Bitcoin can easily come and take these. All right. So I look at, you know, somewhere in this range right there at 19.8 for a second level for a bounce on this wedge formation. So we'll see. And I think this is going to play out, just like I said, all right? Bada bing, bada boom. And then you're going to come back, all right? And here's what I see playing out, man. Let's go over here. Let's go over here like this. Like this. Like this. You get the second move down, and then you come back up. This is what I think is going to happen. You guys can come at me for it. Once again, I'm gonna let the charts do the talking, and then if I'm wrong, when I come back, you guys can roast me for it, okay? But if I'm right, give me my props, okay? All right, let's see. All right, Bitcoin 20,164, dude. Nasdaq coming back down after starting green. Oh man, let me go to the futures here. Yeah, man, this pattern also playing out to the downside, right? Rising, broadening wedge, boom. To the downside. George streams from the pool. He does stream from the pool, I guess. Well, he makes a video from the pool, you know? Scotty Swing said, you don't stream every day for 345,218 days in a row? No, because I'm not a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, Craig, what's up, man? Cool, man. Have a great time. Don't let the voices out. No, I won't. I'll keep them very under wraps. Okay? One personality while I'm over there. You know? Let's see. Just short streams while they go to the store. No, that's not going to work out. It's not going to work out because I get carried away. And they'll come back and I'm going to be going, whoa, look at the Bitcoin. And they'll be like, what the hell is going on? Is he okay? And we can't have that happen, man. All right, so 20,168. Let's see what happens here. Hamilton said, boss, I already miss you. Thank you, Hamilton. Hamilton, you're from Germany, right? From Berlin or something like that? Shots fired. Oh, look, another wedge playing out. There it is, man. There it is. What to tell you, man. Let the charts do the talking. Title of the stream. Quick dump. Oh, I didn't think I said quick dump. I think I said pullback before the continued rise to the upside. Still what I expect. Hey, have patience and let it play out. All right, so I mean, so far so good. If you want to go to the weekly time frame real quick, guys. So far so good. What are we looking at for the weekly? All right, I mean, there's actually 3 things that I'm looking at for the weekly time frame, guys. 3 things. I want to see this week close green. Okay, I don't want to close this week red. If we close this week red, okay, it is what it is. If we close this week red, our weekly momentum is going to flip to the downside, which has not been good. I mean, I went back and I looked. I showed you guys yesterday. 19 out of 19 times that the stock RSI crosses and the momentum indicator crosses on the to the downside. 19 out of 19 times in the weekly time frame, that has resulted in more of a dump. Okay, so how do we avoid that? Well, we avoid that by this week closing green and not red. Okay, at least for the next week, right? So let's hope we close this week green. That's number 1. Number 2, so far so good. We're still holding that higher low. Okay, so previous bear markets, you made slightly higher lows, right? Each time you came back to the lows, everyone was probably calling for lower prices, right? I mean, and that's what we want to see. Is this the bottom? I have no idea. You have no idea. We all have no idea. But what we want to see is continued just slightly higher lows. 2018, slightly higher lows. On the second retest, I remember back then, everyone was calling for 1K. Holy shit, Bitcoin's going back to 1K, testing previous all-time high. And it never happened, okay? The bottom is never going to be a comfy place where everyone thinks it's the bottom, man. You know what I mean? Like, no one's going to think it's the bottom when you're at the bottom. That's the whole point. That's literally the whole point, is no one's going to think it's the bottom. 2014, 2015, slightly higher lows on the weekly. Every time he came down here was probably Armageddon every single time. Holy shit! Right? Back to 200. We're going to 100. We're going to 100. You actually did once. You wicked down there. We don't care about wicks, though. Wicks can happen. If we wick to 14K this week or next week, bring it, man. Bring it. Give me a wick. Give me a nice, juicy wick. Wicks are great. Why? Because you buy the wick and it comes right back up. All right, so that's BTC. We want to see that weekly close higher this week than the previous low. Simple as that. That's what I want to see. All in all, though, let's let this play out. All right, let's let this play out. There's conflicting signals on the weekly and the daily. Right, weekly shows slightly more bearishness than the daily time frame. I will admit that. Right, the weekly doesn't look great as far as where the momentum indicators are. And just like the fact that the weekly closed so bad last week. Let's let it play out. It's still too early to tell. But let it play out, guys. Let it play out. If I come back and we're back down here, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, that's just the market doing what it wants to do. I mean, it is what it is. All right, so let's see. Daily. Let's see. All right, I guess I can finish up. Finishing touches with that is, if Bitcoin fails to make a higher weekly close low, I mean, you got to start looking at these levels down here. And I don't want to talk about this because this is like, this is weird. But this vector candle right here is the last one that hasn't been taken. This one was taken. This one was taken. This one was taken. We ended up closing this low right at the bottom of that vector candle right here. Would I be surprised to see this one right here taken? No. And but that's if Bitcoin breaks this low and closes lower. Okay, I don't care about wicks. The best scenario would be Bitcoin like capitulating here, like wicking to like 14K or even lower to fake people out, but wicking to like 14K, and then coming back up and closing, you know, somewhere back up in this region. That would be the best scenario. Obviously, that makes it slightly too easy for the bears, in my opinion. But you know, that's the level to watch for if Bitcoin wants to break down, man. There's so many different confluences of that level. All right, 14K, the previous 2019 high, this vector candle right here, right? I think that's the 886 retracement too, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't looked at it in a while, but that's the level, man. So we'll see, right? We'll obviously see and see what plays out. But yeah, all right. Bitcoin's at our first target there, 20,091. Ethereum also came back down a little bit. So Bitcoin's right at our first target, guys. Let's see if we get a perfect bounce off the target there. Look at that, man. You can't make this shit up. This is what it is. I'm actually going to TP. I'm going to TP a little bit on this. Take 50% off the board here. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. There we go. 50% off the board. And then my next target there, this is like if Bitcoin just really wants to come down hard, is this right here, this level right here, 19.8. 19.8 is the next level I'm looking at. So if Bitcoin breaks this, which you broke the 20 EMA, you broke the 50 EMA, I would look at 19.8 if Bitcoin wants to go a little bit lower. That's probably where I'll just take the rest off. But yeah, so that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. And and this is why if I see two formations on different time frames, I'm gonna respect the higher time frame, man, because this one just got crushed, absolutely crushed, man, crushed to the downside. And that's why you can't win them all. You can't win them all, my friend. What was that voice? Another personality coming out? What voice? What voice did I just show, man? It is what it is. This was a smaller time frame. Wouldn't you draw the support around 12K? You could do that too, NFT. You could. I get the sentiment there. I mean, to be fair, yes, I would draw it around 12K. Probably because you have some closes here. Yeah, I mean, 12K looks like a pretty big level too. You got closes all the way throughout this region, all the way across. So 12K is a pretty big level too. It's just, I know based off what I've seen, and this is like looking at the charts freaking way too many hours a day, is these bottom of these vector candles usually act as support. So, I mean, maybe do something like this. I know. This is obviously the bullish, the super bearish scenario. Is we come back down, we get a little bounce back up, all right? And then then 12K is like that last wave down. And then you kind of just oscillate down here for a little bit, right? I mean, that's the super bearish scenario to me, is something like this. But we got to wait and see, right? Everyone has speculations, and everyone's going to be calling 14K, 12K, 10K, 6K, 3K. Why? Because they're all important levels in the charts, but let's find out. Let's find out. For now, as long as the stock market dumps, which it's coming down hot and heavy again, we want to see if it holds these lows. If it doesn't hold these lows, though, it's going to be looking pretty shady, man. Pretty shady. Imagine Jordan gets to Poland and accidentally gets stuck in horse guy voice. Could happen. You never know, man. It definitely could happen, man. All right. So that's that. Yeah, I just think these charts are playing out perfectly at the moment, man. Like the shorter term time frames are playing so well into what I expect to happen from the daily. It's beautiful. I love when you see this this synchronation, this beautiful synchronation. The other thing we haven't talked, the only thing that holds me up from the daily playing out is just where's the NASDAQ gonna bounce and where's the S&P gonna bounce, and that's the one thing that's holding me up. That's the one thing that's holding me up. I've seen some people call for and to me this is kind of shady, but if you look at the weekly time frame, it's even more shady on the weekly. I see some people calling for this and say the S&P, right? I see some people calling for something like this. where you got, this is sort of the, you know, and to me, it's like, I don't love these upward sloping patterns like this, but, you know, some people call for the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder, okay, and before we come back up. Maybe, right? Maybe let's let it play out. I'm just looking down here, and I just don't see, the point where it bounces from this current level until all the way back down here at the very least, right there. Okay, so I still see this having more downside either way, which is why you're getting a downside move today. I would say if you're gonna bounce, it's gonna be right here at these previous highs looking left at like 39.63. So for the S&P, that's sort of the bullish hopium for Bitcoin to play out, is a move up like that. Let's go back to BTC though. All right, we're right at our target, right at our first target. Like I said, second target's 19.8 here. So if this level breaks right here, it's most likely that Bitcoin's coming back down to take these juicy vector candles right here at 19.8. We just actually got the momentum cross on the downside for the hourly chart for Bitcoin. It's usually not a very good sign. So we'll see. We shall let it play out, my friends. But for the hopium, guys, Bitcoin's now made this red vector with a nice little juicy wick we haven't taken yet. So either way, I expect it to come back up at some point. It's just a matter of does it want to bounce here or does it want to bounce here? Let's see. All right, so we're breaking that level right now, guys. Let's see what happens. Let's see. 20,878. Here we go. Here we go. So I see some people calling for that. The DXY is, you can't predict the DXY. Like you can't chart the DXY. So what do? I go to euro, basically euro dollar, basically. And because that you can actually do some stuff with, in my opinion. And I told you guys, I think we're getting close to the bottom on this for multiple different reasons. You got bullish divergence on the daily time frame here, right? So you got lower lows, higher lows on the momentum waves. Now, I know everyone's going to say this. Oh, but the winter is coming, right? Energy prices are so high, right? Winter's coming. Energy prices are so high, right? Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Right? I get it. It's just, I like to look at the charts and let the charts play out. I've made the mistake and get caught up with narratives. And a lot of the times it's just sheep saying the same thing. Normally when I just look at the charts are going to tell you what's going to happen before what actually happens most of the time, right? Obviously, you're going to have black swan events like the friggin' pandemic that we had in 2020, right? The charts were really telling you that was going to happen. And then it happened, right? So, I mean, obviously, there's times where it doesn't, but I told you guys, like, this is where, right here, this is where the euro is bounced against the dollar. And if the euro is going to bounce against the dollar, then you expect the DXY to come down, okay? Once again, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're coming back down to test it. I think the DXY goes up a little bit higher here. I don't think it's topped out yet. Okay? But I do think right here is where you're going to see that bounce, which, you know, could take another couple weeks. This is the weekly chart, guys. So this could take 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks to get down here, okay? So, like I said, everyone's calling for a bearish September. Still could happen, right? Because you still could come a little bit lower on this. Let's watch this, but that's the point where I'm looking for the bounce. And, you know, maybe for the DXY to come down a little bit. You know, obviously, everyone's, what's going on with Europe with the energy and the winter coming up and all that stuff, I get it. But, I like to let the charts play out, okay? I like to let the charts play out. Let's go back to BTC, though. Did you stock up on... I did not. Let's see. Jordan, you have to get yourself banned for a week so they can't try to watch your videos while you're there? What do you mean? Oh. So they don't dump the market, basically, is what you're saying. I heard we will pump after Labor Day. No idea if that's true, but fits with the Jordan vacation dump. The Jordan vacation dump. I love how it's a thing now. It's the whenever Chainlink pumps, Bitcoin's going to dump. Whenever Jordan goes on vacation, Bitcoin's going to dump. We have so many indicators, man. We have so many arbitrary indicators. Remember when everyone used to trade based off the moon phases? Where are those people now? You don't hear that. That was such a stupid passed around narrative that everyone was just talking about moon phases, moon phases. It was a bunch of hopium. And now no one talks about that. It's funny how these narratives in crypto just come like, oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at these moon phases, man. And then just gone off the face of the earth. As soon as I saw George try to use the moon phases for a move for the pump, I know that wasn't going to work anymore. What's going on, Drew? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? Another day, another wedgie, man. This one broke to the downside, and I'm still waiting on this one on total market cap to break to the upside here. But one more retest to come back down here is definitely in the cards before we come back up to the upside. Let's see. Big close tonight could flip momentum up. Let's see. Dude, the big close was last night. Was this bullish engulfing on the daily time frame, right? But let's see, man. Listen, the daily looks good to me either way. Whether we close red today is fine, because ultimately, as always, guys, the bottom of these wedges, you want to see a W. There's no W here yet. So that's why even if we come back down here, that's a good thing. And then before we come back up, that's a good thing before we do that. All right. Anyways, I'm getting carried away here. Each still looking fine too. And I still mentioned the moon phases. Let's look at some other alts, guys. So let's just start top to bottom. So we looked at Bitcoin, we looked at ETH. Let's jump into BNB. So BNB. Bizzle. Let's see what we got going on here. So BNB actually broke trend. So like this would, technically speaking, on the daily chart be a good short. I just wouldn't trust this one because I see this on the flip side of it, and I wouldn't necessarily trust this on it. This one does too many conflicting things here to me. Right, you got momentum coming up. You got daily stocks crossing to the upside. There's too many conflicting signals on this one for me. All right, technically speaking, yes, you broke 1, 2, 3 supports. You smacked it to the downside, came up, retested. That would be the point you would enter before coming down. Yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily trust that just yet. Why? Why am I not gonna trust that just yet? Well, who's beeping, man? Get out of here. Here's why I'm not going to trust that just yet. Okay. And this is sort of just me looking at this from a logical standpoint. I'm looking left. Okay. And here's what I see in the daily chart. And you guys might see this too. You guys see a pattern forming here on the daily chart. Okay. Let me just get rid of this trend line right here. Do you guys see any type of pattern forming on the daily chart? Okay, and I don't want you guys to say head and shoulders because this one already got rejected, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. The breakout would have been there. You actually pumped back up, and you actually rejected that. So, what do you guys see here? What do you guys see? What do you see, man? Do you see anything forming here on the daily chart? What do you see? Because I see something forming here. Okay, not the wedge, right? The wedge leads into this. What do you guys see here, man? That's the shipping container coming for the Lambo. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Let's put this trend line across. Right here. What do you guys see? You can call it a cup and handle too. But a cup and handle and inverse head and shoulders are pretty much the same pattern. It's just the inverse head and shoulders has a left shoulder. What do you see, man? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder with the wedge on the right shoulder. Okay? And what I like to see for these is that left shoulder getting bounce, or the right shoulder basically getting a bounce where the left shoulder did. Okay? So you got this right here. If this wedge breaks to the upside, that's looking pretty juicy, man. That's looking pretty juicy. Now, obviously, we got a lot to go from here. Okay? But if there's any chance that BNB could break this to the upside, let's focus on the wedge first, okay? But this could be a future scenario where if the wedge can break to the upside, then we can start talking about this inverse head and shoulders. Let's focus on the wedge first. But I did see that earlier, and I was like, this actually looks pretty juicy. for a potential move down into the future. The flying unicorn, you could say the flying unicorn too. You could if you wanted to. So that's BNB. Let's see what else we got. We got BNB. We got check Uniswap, because Uniswap's a popular one everyone likes to talk about. Uniswap, downtrend and resistance. You're getting rejected. The daily time frame looks good on these though. You know, and I guess I'll keep saying the same thing, but this one's wedge is not as beautiful. I don't love that, and I only like beautiful wedges. I don't like those weird looking wedgies, but you know, this one, for example, if we look left, excuse me, man. Excuse me. Let's see. These. So here's what I'm looking at this basically. Okay, this is a big level to watch. Previous resistance, previous support, trying to flip back into support. Okay, and this one's gonna have to make a decision here, and this is why a move could happen very soon for Uniswap. Why? Because it's gonna have to choose whether it wants to dump below the support or break out from this resistance within the next couple of days. 1, 2, 3, 4. Technically within the next 5 days. It's going to have to choose whether to break out or break out. Okay? Which direction is it going to go? Daily looks pretty good, right? Momentum switching back up to the upside. Stock RSI crossing to the upside on the daily. You know, it's a longer term move once again, but I still expect this to break up. Whether it probably comes back down to test the bottom again, though, before coming back up. Just like kind of BTC is doing at the moment, right? So take that for what you will, but I do expect that to break up. If we come back down and test support again, I wouldn't be freaking out until we break this level right here. We break this level right here, though, we're coming back down. Get all these vector candles right here to the downside. We're coming back down for those if that 570 level breaks for Uniswap. You need the horn for the unicorn? You could do that. It would allow for a big capitulation to stop everyone out with massive bounce. Oh, that would crush everyone, man. That would crush everyone. I think right now we're in that awkward period where it's like we're in that awkward period where we're sitting at the range lows. Okay, we're sitting at the range lows. There's mixed signals as far as different time frames goes, and you got what I've noticed and what I've seen is you got half people calling for a bounce back to the upside, half people calling for just an absolute capitulation to the downside. What I noticed is crypto Twitter is very bearish. Crypto Twitter just thinks we're going to dump to the downside. And some of the videos that I've watched for a couple different people think we're going to go to the upside. I'm under the assumption based off the indicators and the patterns that I look at normally that we're going to come to the upside. You know, maybe we don't moon. But I've told you guys, I think to me, this is the way I'm speaking. I think the bottom is in until I see otherwise. Okay, just based off what I've seen in the past. Because you don't. The problem with that is you don't know the bottom is in until way later down the line. You have no idea because, you know, you go back to any bottom, the second retest, everyone's going to be freaking out, man. Everyone's going to be freaking out. We're going to lower lows. And so far, every time we've tested the lows, we've broken them every single time. Until we don't one of these times. Okay? Is this going to be the time? I don't know. You don't know. We all don't know. But to me, until we break that low, I don't think anything's really changed. And you know, it is what it is. If we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is. Uniswap, ADA. Cardano actually was trying to break out last night. Actually, go to the 4-hour time frame. Cardano actually broke out. So Cardano broke out, right? This one was a little bit not as beautiful either, but you broke out of the wedge formation for Cardano, technically speaking. Okay, 1 touch, 2 touches. Got a little rejection, broke out. Got a rejection off the 50 EMA, which you usually do. Now you're coming back down to test it as support. Watch for the hold here, okay? You broke out, back test, now you want to see continuation. If you just come right back in, all right. I mean, that's null and void. We're back in it. Nothing's changed, okay? Watch for the hold here, right here for Cardano. Like I said, if we break back in, we're probably coming to test the lows, though. Okay, back down to 42 cents or so. So watch that, watch that. But Cardano did technically break out last night, technically speaking. Didn't have a ton of volume on that move. So is it a good breakout? No, we want to see from the tops of these moves or confirmed breakouts. You want to see these vectors candles come in, which confirms volume coming into the chart. All right. Let's see some of these other ones. Doge. Let's see Doji. Let's see the Doja, man. Let's see the Doja. The Doge cat. Let's see what we got here for the Doja. So Doge has an interesting chart. Doge is a lot different than these other ones, where it's not like really in any formation, I would say. Let's see. Let's look at this. Let's look at it this way, because we're getting a little carried away here. Let's look at it this way. Doge, actually, technically it tested resistance last night, or today actually. Got an initial rejection there. Let's see. So Doge technically is in the same pattern. It's coming up to the apex of this though. So you're going to be expecting a move relatively soon. I would say this on Doge though. Just on the 4-hour chart. And this is why a lot of these I'm expecting a test of the lows before they come back up. Which it makes sense on the Doge chart too. You got to flip on momentum to the downside, flip on the stock RSI and the 4-hour to the downside. Right? So could you get a couple 4-hour candles coming like this before coming back up? You could. You could. So just pay attention to that on Doji. There. Okay. But you should expect a pretty volatile move within the next couple of days there for Doge. Mr. Market Maker reminding everyone it's a bear market. Of course, man. All right, we come back down to join the second target. 1980. Let's see, man. Let's see what we got going on here. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to come back down and take these yellow vector candles right here, man. Let's see what we got going on, my friends. Let's see what we got going on. Wayne, what's up, buddy? Let's see. Bitcoin come back down to test these. 1980 is where I'm taking my last profits out of this trade right here. Right here. I took 50% off the board right here, taking the other 50% off right here. Let's see what we do. Let's see what we do here. It's most likely going to come down and test that level up. At this point. Market is liquidity right here for the market makers to take, right? If they leave it there, well, let's see. Let's see what they do. 1980. Let's see what we got going on. BTC at previous sock level. There it is. ETH is probably coming down nicely too. The reason why I say nicely is because this is actually what I want to see for this wedge, this daily wedge to play out. I want to see the W pattern, man. And this is going to be the test of it. Now you want to see Bitcoin hold this range for a double bottom, right? That's what you want to see here. Let's see. All right, so they wicked it to 19.9. See what they got going on. Noise! Noise! Bitcoin Kirby's going to be ripping a new one for the Moon Boys. I'm sure he is, man. I'm sure he is. Wayne, later, buddy. Have a good one, man. All right, BTC. Come on, Sizzle. Sizzle my nizzle. Just tap 19.8 and bounce. That's all I want you to see you do, man. Tap 19.8 and bounce. I know you're going down there. Don't be a little skirty skirt. I know you're going there. Don't be a little skirty skirt. Do I know what skirty skirt means, guys? No, I have no idea. But that's where I'm going with this. Could you argue the Nasdaq just broke a bear flag? I mean, yeah. I mean the S&P did earlier, right? Let me go back to the hourly chart here. The S&P right here broke out from a bear flag, right? Let me just clear this out. Come on, man. So this one right here just broke this level right here. Boom. As soon as you broke that's kind of where Bitcoin started its dump. And this one was more of like a rising, broadening wedge. But you still broke that to the downside. And now look where the Nasdaq is. And this is where we want to see the bounce if we want to hold this level. All right. Previous low, Now what you want to see is the NASDAQ hold this level, double bottom, come back up. If we start getting some closes down here, no bueno there. So what you're hoping for here is you got a bunch of vector candles to the downside now. So what you're hoping for here is the market maker comes back and takes these, okay, at the very least. You still got these up here too. Which is why I think it's going to bounce back at some point. It's just a matter of, is this the point it's going to bounce back? You know what I mean? Because you still got these up here too. So let's see. Let's see what they got going on here. NASDAQ. Let's zoom in on the NASDAQ a little bit. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. Yeah, NASDAQ broke the lows too. So NASDAQ getting some volume on that dump too. We'll see where this closes. You got 23 minutes into the close. If you can close, you know, you can close where you are and still bounce. But, yeah. I mean, that's ultimately the level I want to hold to. Neil, it is what it is. It is what it is, my friends. It is what it is. Kirby needs new words. He cracks the same comments over and over. Hey, man. I mean, it is what it is. Kirby's been making videos for years, man. You know what I mean? Like, he's been making videos for years. You know? I used to watch Kirby. Dude, I used to watch Kirby so long ago. All I remember is Jimmy from the water cooler, warning shots fire, all that fun stuff. 19.9. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Damn. This is a big hourly candle, man. God. It's a lightsaber. Darth Maul coming out here in this bitch. Let's see, man. I do think we're going to see an initial bounce right here, though. If we don't... See, this yellow vector already got wicked, too. So I'm not too worried about that one there. Let's see. Jimmy with the $500 stimmy. Yeah. Kirby doesn't know why he gets so much hate from people, and then the next second he's mocking and making jokes about people. Yeah, listen, like if you're gonna mock and make jokes about people, which I do, right? You guys know me. Like, if I see someone in the chat being annoying, I will mock them, right? But you gotta be able to take it back. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you can't mock people and sort of fire back and troll. And most of the time I'm just trolling, right? But you can't troll people, and if you get trolled, you get pissed off. You know what I mean? You got to be able to take what you give. So certain people in this space are massive hypocrites when it comes to certain things. Massive hypocrites, man. Jimmy with the $500 stimmy. Yeah, that's actually where I got Jimmy with the $500 stimmy. is from Kirby. All right, here we go. 19.8. Come on, man. Come on, man. I got more coffee. Ooh, I got I got 2 more sips of coffee in here. I just want to see what it does when it hits this level right here. It's taking its sweet ass time, though. Taking its sweet ass time. Like it let me go check the 4-hour real quick. Let's see. Yeah, so the 4-hour, man. Let's see what the 4-hour does. But right now on the 4-hour time frame, you're getting a technical short setup, which, you know, I think the most that we'll see what happens, but you're getting the cross on the 4-hour stocks, and you're getting about to get the cross in momentum. So let's see what you get here going on for Bitcoin. That's on the 4-hour time frame. So it's like I said, so many of these time frames are just so conflicting with each other. I'm gonna stick to this though. I'm gonna stick to this. It's a big red a big red middle finger. Have a good vacation dumping? True. All right. I think I'm about to TP on this trade. Yeah, I'm about to TP on this. I'm about to just close this trade right now. If we keep dumping, it is what it is. But like we always say, man, don't be afraid to pay yourself. Don't be afraid to pay yourself, my man. All right? Here we go. Trade close. Let me close my trade right there. If it keeps dumping, it is what it is. There's always another trade, right? Don't be afraid to pay yourself. It's what it is. That's my biggest problem when I do trading is I do get a little greedy sometimes where I have a target and I'm so pinpointed on that target, and a lot of times it'll almost hit that target and then bounce right back, and I'm like, dude, why didn't I just cut it a little short? You know what I mean? All the times, man. I want a FOMO short so bad. You know, every time I try to FOMO short or FOMO long, it doesn't work out. One of my key things is only short resistance, man. Only long support. That was one of my biggest issues too. Is, you know, when you first start trading, you're like, all right, I'm gonna trade the breakout. You know what I mean? Don't trade breakouts, man. Let's see. I want a FOMO short so bad. The 4 hour looks a little shady. It definitely does. It definitely does. Based off what I look at, if this bounces back, you still have an hour and 20 minutes on this 4 hour candle. If this bounces back in the next hour and 20 minutes, which it certainly could. All right, there we go. Bitcoin 19,821. So it just literally wicked to the target. Just literally wicked to that target right there, guys. So let's see if it bounces from that level. I would expect, based on what I look at, to get a little bounce off this level. Let's see. Let's see. If it wants to be super bearish, you're just going to smack this to the downside, though. So let's see. Rico's saying he wasn't being literal. $500 stimmy never made sense to me. It was $1,200 or $600 per week. Where did the $500 come from? $500 was for all the plebs who weren't unemployed. Or fake unemployed, you know what I mean? The $500 were for people who were actually working, because they were, let's guess what, man, there were plenty of jobs who were working. The $600 a week, dude, I had friends that, I guess I shouldn't say this. I shouldn't say this. You guys probably know what I'm going to say, but it is what it is. Right after you closed it? Oh, it is what it is, man. Listen, I'm happy. If my trade is green, I'm happy. Okay? It is. If it keeps dumping, it keeps dumping. It is what it is. I don't want to hold my trades for too long. Mistake people make is they want to day trade and have to be in a position all the time. Just chill out and wait for those high confluences. Exactly. That's one of my biggest issues too. Is I just want to get into a short, get into a long, get into a short, right, back to back to back to back, and be this like freaking ninja. No, wait for what you look for. Okay, what I look for is for a long, I wait for support. I wait for stock RSI to be bottomed out, cross to the upside. I wait for momentum to be bottomed out, crossing back to the upside. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, and for the short, it's obviously opposite, but you know. It's one of those things, man. All right, 19,819. Are we going to smack that support? Or are we going to hold it? Right now, we're trying to hold it. Let's see what we do, though. If they smack this, I mean, check the 4 hour time frame real quick. Yeah, this is the point where I think we bounce, man. And I know it doesn't look like that right now. Like this 4 hour candle's massive. Let me just clear this out here real quick. I know this 4 hour candle's massive. I'm looking for that level to hold on the close. Let's see. So, I mean, could you see a massive wick down to like 19.5, come right back up? Sure. I'm looking for this level to hold for a close, though. If this level doesn't hold for a close, that's an ugly 4 hour candle right there. Definitely. Right after you closed it. Facts, man. All right, guys, I can't get off when the market's dumping like this, man. It's like Bitcoin wants to do it right when it's hourly up. I'm going to stay off a little bit longer here, guys, because Bitcoin is coming down pretty hot and heavy. 19,787. Let's go check out ETH real quick. ETH is... Yeah, dude, I mean, ETH has been leading the market. And here's the thing with Ethereum. And this could bring down Bitcoin a little bit more. Is ETH has been the driver of the market lately, man. This 4 hour candle right there. You got some liquidity to come and take. I usually look for them to come at least take half of that candle, man. Right there. Right there. So at this point where ETH is, it would probably make sense for ETH to come all the way back down to 1483. All right? That seems to be... That's the level I'm going to wait for Ethereum. 1483. And it's the same point, like, what we want to see now, all right, now that we're at this point, all right, Bitcoin 19,736, by the way. So you smack that level, you smack that level. You smack it all over the floor. So I'd say watch for the closes down here now. And I'm looking for a 4-hour close above this level right here. 4-hour close, right? So you can wick down here like we said. So Ethereum, I'm looking for right here to hold. And what you want to see is this. Do hit to the downside, do W formation. Okay? If that doesn't happen, throw this out the window. But listen, I'm confident in it happening. And if usually when I'm confident in my moves, it does end up playing out. So let's see. Don't weave us. Don't weave us, man. Don't weave us. Don't weave us, man. The 4-hour looks shady, though. Man. Isn't it annoying when the 4-hour looks shady, but the daily looks good? It's probably one of the most annoying setups you have. It's definitely one of the most annoying setups. May the force be with you. May the fourth be with you. May the fourth be with you, man. All right, let's see. So you're going to have a lot of altcoins coming down hot and heavy testing support now. DOT. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these are playing out. Like, DOT's going to come back down and test support. Near. Falling wedge. Does it come back in here and test support again? Sol. Come back in here and test support again. Let's see. SHIB. Yeah, SHIB coming back down to test support again. You're going to see every alt fall at this point. And, 4-hour time frames look a little shady. That's why I said, like, can you do something like this? Close a couple 4-hour candles, reset some of these indicators, and then start to make your way back up, right? Something like that over the course of the next couple of days. We'll see. We'll see. That's still, I expect something like this to play out, right? Something like that. We'll see if it plays out. All right, yeah, Bitcoin back above 19,830. You're gonna close the 4-hour right here. You're gonna close the 4-hour right here. 19,822. Bad news is good news. Oh, dude, that's how it's been lately. Bad news has been good news. Good news has been bad news. It's literally how it's been lately, man. Let me ask you guys in the chat. Do you think CPI will be lower in September than it was in August? Do you think CPI will be lower in September than it was in August? I think this is what we're waiting for here, man. Because here's the thing. We all know that the Fed's going to keep hiking rates. Rate and hikes. Is going to keep hiking rates. We all know this, right? That's not anything we don't already know. But is inflation going to keep showing that it's coming down, even if it's very slightly? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Is it going to come in lower? Is it going to come in higher than last month? Let me know in the chat. I forget the date. Anyone have the date handy on when that is this month? I got to look it up. I think that's what we're waiting for. The rate hikes, we already know that's here. Like, we know that Powell's going to keep hiking rates. That's nothing new. But will inflation show coming in lower? that's everyone's waiting for in September, in my opinion. In stimmies, married for kids, and needs to, or what they're doing isn't working. Facts. Lower or unchanged? September 13th? Okay, cool. 2 weeks. All right, so we got 2 weeks to wait for that. What happens in the next 2 weeks? That's the big question, 2 weeks is a lot of time for things to happen, things to go down. Would I be surprised that Bitcoin's at 24K in 2 weeks? No. Would I be surprised that Bitcoin's at 14K in 2 weeks? No. I'm not surprised at anything in this market, man. You know, and then whatever, not whatever happens after that, but, you know, I think that could give us an indication on if I want it to be significantly lower, obviously. If it's just like the same, I don't think it's going to do anything, you know? All right, guys, it looks like Bitcoin's going to try to hold this support at least temporarily. This was my first target. This was my second target. We broke the first one. I think this one's going to hold at least for right now. If it doesn't, look for a test of 19.5, which is the previous lows, and you're going to hope for that one to hold for the short term. Let's see. Let's see what goes down here. And we'll talk about it tonight, right? 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. First move happens. The title of the stream, pullback before rise. Pullback, check. Now we want to see these levels hold. Now you want to see the W formation play out. Okay? So check number 1. Now we want to see check number 2. Let's see what happens tonight. Still confident in my thesis here. Let's get it. Catch you guys later. Have a fantastic day. I got to pack. I got to do a bunch of shiza, unfortunately, here. So catch you guys at 7 p.m. All right? Adios, my friends. Peace out. Don't do anything I want to do. Don't panic excited crypto. Most of all, don't panic excited crypto. But don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies until proven otherwise. All right? Adios, my friends. Peace. And you guys can watch me for a little bit. Why not? Just watch me for a little bit, man. See you guys. Watch this candle close, by the way. Watch for the 4-hour candle close, by the way. DJ made a good point. Watch for this close right here. We want to close above 19.8. You close below 19.8, 19.5, that's the big test there. All right? All right? So, adios, guys. Peace.